Hello, race fans. Welcome back to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series. Last time out, Tib Foster shocked the world and won at Sebring from the pole in only his sixth career start. This time, we're getting down to crunch time in the championship. Bob Ross, your points leader. Here at North Wilkesboro, three other drivers could catch him in the points before when the checkered flag waves. This, of course, is the Midway 400. Even though we're anything but midway through the season. This is the penultimate points race of the season for the series. Next week is All-Star Weekend, and after that, it's Championship Weekend. Before we go any further, we gotta go through the starting lineup. Casper the Friendly Ghost with his... What number pole would that be? That's the second pole of the year. Alongside of him is Ann Wilson. Then Telly Savalas is going to line up next to Marco Polo. Harrison Ford, who's in your championship contention, is going to line up next to Crow T. Robot. Al Roker next to Tony Stark. Then Billy Mays and Morgan Freeman. Points leader Bob Ross, starting a few rows behind his points rival. Alongside of him will be Kathy Bates. But Todd Jones is going to start next to Jeff Lynn. Richard Simmons and Peter Perfect. Yep. They're going to start next to each other. Then David Land and Al Capone, Woody Woodpecker and Stephen Hawking round out the top 20. Snoop Dogg and Burt Reynolds. Donald Fagen and Walter White. Sir Topham Hatt is going to be next to Ferris Bueller. Then there's Tom Hanks. He missed a race. He missed the 600, which Bob Ross won, funnily enough. He missed that race, the Dr. Pepper 600, just a week after he got his first win of the season and third career win. Yet he's only 29 points behind. Though, unless he picks it up here on race day, that deficit's going to grow. Then Stephen George is alongside of him. Rounding out the top 30, Bela Fleck and Iggy Koopa. Brendan Gaughan starts deep in the field. He's starting next to Marty McFly. Then it's Alfred Hitchcock and Denzel Washington in row 17. Row 18 is where John Cena will start along with Ian Anderson. Then Hank Hill and Geddy Lee, who's 139 points back, and he needs all the help he can get to try and remain in the championship mathematically in the conversation. George Lazenby and Mark Martin also starting towards the back. In the final row, Joe Biden and Woody Harrelson. Very interesting qualifying. Especially since two of the the other three. Where's Al Roker? I'm blind. There he is. So, how they line up is really of the Rush Fender Racing cars. 3 in the top 7. And the other 2 in the bottom 5. Crazy. Tony Stark is starting up here. Well, I mean, so is Bob Ross, actually. Richard Simmons could probably use a starting spot. Tom Hanks should be starting where Richard Simmons is. And Geddy Lee with Marco Polo. Anyway, here's the command, the fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Really interesting lineup. You see a bunch of Fords up here. 3 Pontiacs in the top 10. Good job. Good job. What do you do? He's gonna try and do it. Alright, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Okay, good job. Take 3. I don't want to go over the starting lineup yet again. Okay, now David Land's being dumb.
Drivers, to your car.
Okay, John Cena's gonna be dumb. You know, they don't have these many problems on the pace lap in real life. There we go. Finally. A not dumb lineup. Took us, what, 5 tries? Anyway. The Midway 400. Midway, of course, starring Woody Harrelson, who's starting... Is he last? He's starting last. Green flag is out and we're racing. And everybody actually made the green flag. Now if you want to die after just 1 lap, you can. But interesting. Ann Wilson, rookie, going for the lead on the first lap. Wow, that's pretty big. And Harrison Ford's already made up a spot. So he's trying to get going. And so is Bob Ross. Oh, Harrison Ford going high. Oh, Crow's trying to make a move. Oh, real close. He's going to get boxed in. That's not good. Especially not when Bob Ross is right there. Al Roker takes away Harrison Ford's line. Is he going to let him in like a good teammate? No. He's probably getting fired. Wait, no. Geddy Lee's the team owner. Now any advantage in qualifying Harrison Ford had over Bob Ross is pretty much nullified. Especially since Al Roker won't freaking get past them. This is allowing... the 66 to draw even closer. Now he gets down to the inside. Meanwhile, Ann Wilson trying to become just the 2nd rookie this year to win a race. Ian Anderson did it. Well, Tip Foster, I guess, is also a rookie. So the 3rd. Geddy Lee just having a terrible go of it today. Tom Hanks running about mid-pack. Interesting, Morgan Freeman got around got around Bob Ross, I should say. This is going to factor into the championship a little bit. As of right now, Bob Ross would be leading by 8 points. And I really don't want to see them tie because they both in points because they both have a single win each. Alrighty, nearly 10 laps done already. Marco Polo trying to hang on to 4th place. Telly Savalas has 3 career wins. None this season. Crow has 1 win earlier this season. I believe 1 win last year. The rest of the top 5 have never won. Harrison Ford going 6th on Al Roker. That's pretty big. They were neck and neck at the line for some reason. 2 1000s. You'd think Al Roker would let Ford by. But no. Al Roker apparently really wants 6th place for himself. And now Bob Ross gonna try and go underneath Morgan Freeman. Up to 36th is Geddy Lee. Tom Hanks up to 19. Geddy Lee would be mathematically eliminated after this. Morgan Freeman. Forgot, he's 5th in points, but he needs to outpoint Bob Ross by 20. And Harrison Ford by like 4. Probably 5, really. Meanwhile, 16 laps complete. Caution! Big problems, and Geddy Lee's involved. And oh, it's a big wreck. Looks like John Cena hooked Ferris Bueller, and that got him into Joe Biden. You see a big scene. Mark Martin's involved. Stephen George. Was Sir Topham Hatt involved at all? Stephen George. Was that Woody Harrelson? Ian Anderson, maybe? Oh, tough lick. Lazenby and Denzel Washington involved. Geddy Lee pits. And here comes the leaders. Now it's interesting. I think it's going to be a 3-stop race because of this. They have the fuel cells to make it a 2-stop. I wonder if anybody is going to chance it and stay out. Probably not. They at least have the track position were they to do so. And John Cena not happy. Sir Topham Hatt blew up. That would be why. Meanwhile, drivers like Al Capone already. Casper's sitting on pit road. He's going to lose several spots. Morgan Freeman's going to get out ahead of Bob Ross is sitting. He's got damage. Oh! This is a problem that seems to have happened every... Oh! What did Billy Mays do that for? Billy Mays just doored Bob Ross. Oh! So far this weekend, everybody, all our championship, at least one championship contender has been caught up in bad luck. interesting. And Morgan Freeman may have just fought his way in the title hunt. Of course, these drivers are going to be lapped due to being behind the pace car. George Lazenby going to beat him out. Barely. That's amazing. Meanwhile, out of the race is going to be the 6, the 99, and the 74. The 12, 24, 42, 7, and 66 all lining up on the inside. Your new top 10. Ann Wilson, Telly Savalas, Marco Polo, Casper the Ghost, Morgan Freeman, Al Capone, Billy Mays, Jeff Lynne, Tony Stark, Woody Woodpecker. With Harrison Ford all the way back in 19th. He's behind Tom Hanks, interestingly enough. And all these slower cars. Oh! Tom Hanks might be taking the points lead because of this. This is exactly what Morgan Freeman wants to see, is Geddy Lee is out of the championship. And Tom Hanks can get spots, but so is Harrison Ford. Oh! Nearly contact. Somehow, lapped cars trying to dissipate, or David Land's into the top, is in the top 10 because of this. If you needed any more proof that this is being a crazy race. Oh, and Joe Biden pits. I believe he was a lapper. Stephen George also down pit road. Ann Wilson continues to lead. Tom Hanks is moving his way through the field. Fortunately, Harrison Ford's kind of getting held up. These guys getting kind of racy. Ford would like to get this points lead back. Now, speaking of leads, Telly Savalas was taking a look on the 45 of Ann Wilson, John Cena, a lap car. There are 33 cars on the lead lap. So there's a lap car, Stephen George. What is he gonna do? It's like he's gonna come out and be relatively clear of the pack. Harrison Ford stuck trying to get around the as seen on TV motorsports duo of Walter White and Billy Mays, seemingly tag teaming him. At the line, it was Harrison Ford ahead of Billy Mays. Oh, Richard Simmons nearly doors the 01. Unbelievable scenes. Meanwhile, battle for third as well is heating up. Morgan Freeman has designs to try to get around this 32. So far, it's not planning out. Bob Ross up to 35th. It's the rough Ninth for Tom Hanks, so that's enough of a point swing to take the points lead. Well, now it is at least. Well, it was. 9th to 13th was 14 points. Should be just enough. Here's a battle not for position at all. Casper the Friendly Ghost holding off Morgan Freeman. Freeman trying to get a run on the outside. Unbelievable. He got the bite he needed through 1 and 2, but not through 3 and 4. About a third of the way through. 54 and 81, I feel like, is when they're going to come down. Or 90. 90. 54 and 90 sounds better. Donald Fagen last of the lead lap cars. Anyway. Anyway, Tom Hanks running 9th. Epic battle, not even for position. These drivers not even on the same lap. Meanwhile, here we go. Tom Hanks right now. You'd be your virtual points leader by a single point. Very interesting because of this. That's why Harrison Ford's trying to get around. Oh, now Tom Hanks with a look on the 21. No. Maybe? No. Yes. No. No luck. As we are here mid-pack. Really a tough season, really, for everyone. Alfred Hitchcock, if things went his way in qualifying, he'd probably be leading the points. Ann Wilson just trying to win. John Cena doing goodness knows what. Don't know where Tom Hanks has to finish in regards. I think as long as Morgan Freeman's ahead of Tom Hanks, that's fine. We're getting close on pits to the next batch of pit stops, I believe. I believe it's still going to be a 2-stop race. It should mix things up. Who's going to be the first to come down pit road? So they pitted around lap 18, yeah. Some drivers might be able to stretch it. It could be a fuel mileage race. That being said, you'd think some drivers would have stayed out. Now Telly Savalas hounding the 45. Seeing if he can make a move on track. They are also catching the lapped car of George Lazenby, by the way. We'll be halfway. This race will be half over at the line this time by. The second half of the race has begun. How are the laps going? Top half of the field at all. Run sub. Well, half of the fields run sub 20-second laps. Meanwhile, this is big. Wait, no. I thought he had lost a spot. Never mind, it's not more big than before. Sir Topham Hat is out of the race. Ann Wilson is going to lap the 7 of George Lazenby. Putting him 2 laps down. Telly Savalas right there. Now here we go, lap 54. I said this is probably when drivers are going to start coming down, and I could be wrong. Clearly the leaders aren't coming down yet. As Ann Wilson pulls away. Savalas really slow. If I was him, I don't know, something is up. Lap 56 begins. Still no drivers pitting yet. Are they going to stretch it to 2? They might stretch it to 2 stops, the Mad Lads. Harrison Ford going for 12-ish. If they can make it to lap 60, then they probably can make it to the end of the race. Oh! David Land, the first to hit pit road. Billy Mays, Tom Hanks. Meanwhile, Woody Woodpecker the second time by. Ann Wilson. As Telly Savalas will get credited with leading a lap. It's going to be close on fuel, guys. It's going to be really close. I'm not sure what Kathy Bates is doing. She made it down pit road. Telly Savalas down this time by. Leave everybody's coming down. Al Roker's gonna stay out. No caution, that's good. Oh. Fagan through the grass. Made contact with Joe Biden. Ooh. There's Telly Savalas. There's Ann Wilson. I think Ann Wilson just took the lead. Just retained the lead. The whole host of lap traffic. At the line. She It's not the leader. Al Roker. Where is Al Roker? That's him on pit road. And Al Roker just jump everybody. I think he did. Wow. No, he didn't. He's a lap down. I thought he did. 2.5 the gap. Now, Tom Hanks is 6th. Harrison Ford only 14th. That's not good. Not at all. Sixth place is worth about 150 points. 14th is not. Eleventh is 130. It means 121. You're losing 29 points. That's crazy. Which means you take the points lead by 16, literally. Caution is out. Who is that on pit road? That is Iggy Koopa. That's not too bad. Well, they are staying out. What did Iggy Koopa do? No, he just died on the front stretch. Some cars are indeed pitting. Okay, what happened? So the field picks up Ann Wilson. Walter White, Tom Jones all pit. Hank Hill, Ferris Bueller, Brendan Gaughan, Snoop Dogg, Stephen Hawking, Denzel Washington all pit. Now Joe Biden the second time around, George Lazenby, Stephen George, oh, that's interesting. Somehow, Harrison Ford lost more spots. What did I say, pit? Walter White? Or Tom Jones, I know, pitted. Not sure what fresh rubber is going to have to do, but those guys did make sure they can make it on field. And these drivers staying out probably can make it. Anyway, we're going to green. Green flag is in the air. 27 laps to go. We're back in the air at... And Snoop Dogg's pitting. Guess he couldn't make it. Tom Hanks just trying to win a championship. And Ann Wilson with a lapped car buffer. $25 to go. Was that a caution? No. I thought I saw flashing lights. And I was wrong. Telly Savalas. What? John Cena just died. He's going down pit road. Contact between Joe Biden and George Lazenby. Cars really are dropping like flies. Then again, I don't think either one was on the lead. Tom Hanks up to 4th due to all this. At least Harrison Ford's about to crack the top 10, so he's doing pretty good damage control. Oh, Stephen George and Marty McFly. Now they're 2 wide with Stephen George trying to get by Harrison Ford. For little reason. Under 20 to go for Ann Wilson. Tom Hanks trying to go for 3rd. And Telly Savalas slowly in your leader. Alfred Hitchcock in 9th. Harrison Ford gonna try and take that spot away. Another big chunk. 2/10 taken out. Catching them is one thing, passing them is another. And he's got to do both in 15 laps. And not when you run laps like that. Harrison Ford going for 9th on Woody Woodpecker. Woodpecker holds off the charge. No, here comes Ford right back. And will clear momentarily. Also, Morgan Freeman has dropped down to 28th in all this. So he's not going to be fighting for the championship. It's going to be a 3-horse race. By 3 horses, it's pretty much down to 2. See, Telly Savalas closed in over a quarter of a second that time by coming to. There's 12 to go. Can anybody make it? We know Tom Jones can, and he's in 23rd. Telly Savalas is right. Is maybe a car length of space, not even, between himself and the 45. 10 laps to go, and he's on the back bumper of Ann Wilson. Wilson could possibly save her ride if she can hold on. Telly Savalas just trying to guarantee himself into the All-Star race. 9 to go. Wilson had a lot more power this time by. Bob Ross, is he going to play any factor into this? Savalas is going to need a couple of really good laps here. He lost a little bit of ground, about half a tenth. He's just sitting right there, trying to wait for the perfect opportunity. Wilson getting a good bite off the corner. Now Savalas looking down low. Wilson's going to be able to hold him off this time by. Coming to 6 laps to go. Wilson high. Savalas going to try and dive it into turn 1. But Wilson's able to arc it. Savalas going to arrow push Wilson up the track slightly. But Wilson's going to get a great drive off. Savalas going to try and drive it even deeper. 5 to go at the line. Telly Savalas going for career win number 4, nearly makes contact. They're side by side. He's got a nose up in front. Telly Savalas looks like he'll take the lead. Now Bob Ross is in here. He's a lap down. He's just going to hold up Ann Wilson. He's driving Ann Wilson up the track. 4 laps to go for Telly Savalas. Heartbreak for the 45. But unless there is not enough fuel to make it to the end, then Telly Savalas has likely just won this race. 3 to go. Ann Wilson is going to try and charge. Ferris Bueller blows up! That brings out the caution. The race is over. Telly Savalas is going to lead him to the check. To the yellow with 2 to go. Bad timing for Ferris Bueller. We could have seen a natural finish, but Savalas pulled away on that lap anyway. Ferris Bueller preventing anybody from using pit road if they wanted to. Now he's getting a tow. Billy Mays pitting. Now the white flag being displayed for Telly Savalas. Gonna snap a drought. Oh, what is this? I believe 39 races without a win, dating back to Martinsville of last year. Half a lap to go. He's showing no signs of pitting. Neither is really anyone else. Billy Mays just gave up a ton of spots. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Telly Savalas will see the checkered flag. And under yellow, he's going to win his 4th career race. Telly Savalas wins the Midway 400. And Tom Hanks is going to take over the points lead because of this. Walter White's going to be... They're crediting everybody pretty much as being a lap down for some reason. Billy Mays through Denzel Washington early were on the lead lap. Maybe it's because Billy Mays pitted. I have no clue. Oh. It's basically a 2-horse race for the championship now. Telly Savalas your winner. And will lock himself into the All-Star race because of that. At the last possible minute. Ann Wilson heartbroken. That might have saved her. That might have cost her her seat. We hope to see you next time. Oh, it's going to be the All-Star race. Oh, Jesus. Wow.